What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to switch things up a little bit and talk about something a little more serious. So as you guys probably heard, since it's been ongoing for a while, Vanessa Bryant sued the LA County Sheriff's Department because some of the deputies took pictures of Kobe Bryant and the other members of the crash in the aftermath of the crash at the site, taking pictures of their bodies and sharing them amongst each other. And obviously Vanessa Bryant wasn't too happy about this. I mean, who would be? But as the case continues, we actually find out that it's a lot worse than we initially thought. At first, we thought it was just a few deputies that were sharing the pictures amongst each other, and they just had them on their phones. But now we're finding out that there are 18 members of the LA County Sheriff's Department and the fire department that either shared or are in possession of the photos of the dead bodies at the scene. One of the trainee deputies, Joey Cruz, was accused of entering a bar and telling the patrons that he'd actually worked at the site, and he showed photos to them at the establishment, and security cameras show that he was indeed zooming in and out of the images while displaying them to the bartender. Well, they didn't know for sure if it was those images, but he was showing something to the bartender, and I guess you can kind of put two and two together, especially since there are multiple witnesses at the scene that said he was indeed showing pictures to them. The LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva confirmed in March that he had ordered 8 of his deputies to delete crash photos to ensure that they didn't reach the public, because his #1 priority was to keep them out of circulation for the privacy of the victims and the families. Well, the problem with that is, now that we found out there's 18 of them, that means there's 10 other people that still have the photos and that are sharing them around. They're still in circulation, and I guarantee you Vanessa Bryant isn't happy about that. In fact, they're not even happy that the photos were deleted in the first place, because they wanted to keep them for evidence so they could keep them for the case of those deputies that shouldn't have been taking the pictures in the first place. So in other words, the case is far from over, and Vanessa Bryant actually wants more time to pursue an expanded case over these photos, and I don't blame her. Also, speaking of lawsuits, Vanessa Bryant's mother said that Kobe would give her $5 million to take care of her for the rest of her life, to pay her back for babysitting and being a nanny of the grandchildren. Well, Vanessa Bryant did not agree and did not pay her the $5 million, and so she's not too happy about it, and now Vanessa has 2 lawsuits on her hand, and this one, she's on the receiving end. But now I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about all these lawsuits? Who's in the right and who's in the wrong? I gotta side with Vanessa on both of these lawsuits. The first one, you shouldn't be sharing and spreading pictures around if you're a deputy. And on the second one, you don't need $5 million even if you were a nanny. I mean, hey, I'll be a nanny for $5 million. But even if you were being helpful, you aren't entitled to that much money, especially when that money is Kobe Bryant's. And even so, Vanessa denies this. She said that her mom wasn't being as helpful as she said she was, and that Kobe never said that to her. She's probably just making up lies to get paid. But don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and like I said, leave a comment on what you think of these 2 lawsuits, and I will see you in the next upload.